Hello, hello. Welcome to Top Shelf Backpacking. Today we are out here along the Lost Corral Trail on the John Day, and I am attempting my most ultralight trip ever. With me is my Gossamer Gear Murmur bag, which has, I want to say, 9.3 pounds worth of gear in it. That includes water. I've got 2 bottles with me. Both are kind of small. All of my sleep stuff, my insulating layers, my rain gear, food, the whole shebang. May not be comfortable, but we're giving it a go. This is, I want to say, 4.3 miles to camp here. And yeah, kind of hot. It's supposed to be in the 70s, up into the 80s today. Whole hikes along the river. Haven't done this side of the river before. We've hiked the pinnacles on the Cottonwood Canyon side. But yeah, I'll see you out there on trail, and we will see just how comfortable I can be with just over 9 pounds on my back. Cheers. So let's talk a little bit about what I've got with me today. 9.2 pounds on my back. It is water and everything. It does not include my phone. It sits in my pocket most of the day. It does include the trekking poles that are in my hands. Anything I'm wearing, which I've got my Foster Outdoors hat. I have my Mountain Hardwear Crater Lake sun hoodie. You got the 5-inch inseam Under Armour shorts, the copper calf sleeve. Oh, I want to say these are Ultra Gators and Ultra Temps, since I think it's mostly gravel most of this way. And Gingy socks. I think ex officio boxers if you care. Clothing wise in my bag, I've got some rain gear, pants and Frog Togs jacket, and then my Enlightened equipment, Puffy. I think the lows are in the high 50s. I don't need any of that, but we're going ultralight, not ultra unsafe. So fairly confident with what I've got. Oh, also have a change of socks in there. We do anticipate getting some wet feet today. So anyway, that is what I am wearing. There will be a separate video with everything that's in my pack, but I will obviously show you the sleep setup, tent, and everything once we get to camp. So typically out on trail, I bring a Canuck water bag and a Sawyer Squeeze filter, and I'll stop and filter water into 1 or 2 bottles that I brought. Since we're going ultralight this time, I'm rocking the through hiker technique. I tend to kind of chug water, it would seem. And although this has an okay flow rate, not the easiest thing to do. I also feel like it doesn't taste as good straight out of the filter, even though, I mean, I'm filtering into a bottle anyway. But, you know, saved like, I want to say a Canuck bag's like 3 or 4 ounces. So saving that weight, I may not be happy about that savings once I have to collect more water. This is still the little bottle that I started with. But so far so good. We're staying hydrated out here in the heat along the John Day River. So you can probably tell the bag is fairly soaked. No surprise there. But the 70 pounds shit, as well as when we were bushwhacking. Much easier for me to get my back out here, which was really nice. So the hike itself definitely nicer with this ultra. Edge. Crocs would have been perfect, but we're ultralight today, so no camp shoes at all. So I just dealt with the rocks on my feet while in the water. Heated up the water on an alcohol stove. Tried to build a little fire ring. There is a fire ban in effect. Only open flames allowed for cooking. So I interpreted that as I was okay to cook. Kept a close eye on it, made sure water was around, and actually did it like kind of down there in the rocks in the mud. Where there wasn't much to catch fire, and did just fine. Not my favorite way to cook. Just kind of tough to know when your water's boiling, if it's even lit. Burned off most of my knuckle hairs trying to check it. Ran out of fuel in the thing, had to relight, wasn't sure if it was out, so kind of sketchy about squirting alcohol if there was a fire in there. So this is the Lost Corral where we'll be camping tonight. We kind of hiked all over hoping to get something kind of down on the riverbank, but there's just no good flat spots. The river access is all kind of juke, but we've got this tree. So we'll probably wait a little while to actually make camp so we don't just create saunas. Do a little hanging out and relaxing out of the sun now. So one of the downsides to ultralight on a kind of shortcut hike like this is I don't have any cards or means of entertainment like I often would. So we've been kind of bored shooting shit, trying to stay out of the sun as much as possible. Not a ton of tree coverage out here. So it's been a little tough trying to make do in that little area back there. Right now I am headed 1,000 feet or so down to the water access. Not a great water access, but should be enough that I can get some water, fill up his Canuck bag, my bottles, without having to get in. Although I'm sure if I got wet, I'd be dry before I went to bed. So we'll see how this goes. How small this pad is. I am roughly 3.5 feet tall, also known as 5'5". I think my feet are real close to the end, and the pillow, which is my bag today, is all the way up at the top. Problem is I'm not a back sleeper. Lengthwise will probably be okay. Do a lot of this, and that seems to be okay. Downside will be when I try to do this. We will make do the things you need to do to be ultralight. I do have a little pillow in here because I would like to get some sleep. Got my jackets all rolled up. This may be one of the better pillows I've ever done. Actually, that's kind of nice because there's no frame in this bag. Nothing really sharp on it. So yeah, I will get my sleeping bag reattached here, my quilt, and probably end up on top of it for a good chunk of the night. So see you soon. So it's about 9:30 at night. Mike is in his tent. I am laying down for the evening. Got the old CRKT minimalist in case of critters. Not for seeing anything. We haven't seen any tracks or anything out here, but you never know. No idea what the temp is. If I were to guess, probably still in the 60s. So I'm on top of everything right now, which is warm and comfortable, but I'm sure here fairly quickly, especially with the sun setting, I will be crawling into this quilt, hopefully sleeping well through the night on my 1/8" foam pad and my ultralight setup. Super nice hiking with all of that, but having some Crocs for being down in the river would have been great. Having some playing cards would have helped pass the time, but overall we're having a great time. So I will see you guys in the morning. Cheers.
Well, good morning. 7 a.m. Surprisingly good. Woke up every few hours to toss and turn a little bit, but overall pretty happy with the sleep, especially on such a small, lightweight setup. So I'm going to go fire up the little alcohol stove, make some coffee. My blueberries and granola going. Break down camp and head for the trail. So we'll see you here shortly.
So we are all packed up. Completely empty food bag. Trash bag's full though. So probably close to 8 pounds on my back, maybe even less than that. Got my small thing of water filled up. Should be enough to get us out to the trailhead. If not, we can always stop along the way and go down to the water, fill up my filter. Probably about 8:30. Sun is starting to come out. We've still been in the shade, but we're sunscreened up, ready to get blasted on the trek out. So we will see you guys out on trail. So carrying this probably now sub 8-pound bag. It does feel nice on the shoulders, despite these kind of minuscule shoulder straps. But we've only been out here for 30 minutes. I'd be willing to bet my entire back is soaked, even though it's probably only in the 70s. No breathability when you've got a insulated pad up against your back, whether you're rocking the Thin Light sleep pad like I am, or the sit pad that comes with it. This is what it is. So my bag does get sweaty with pretty much any bag I carry, even my Arc Blast, even my Osprey that I had back in the day. But this one definitely is worse. So there's that kind of trade-off to that ultralight life, I guess. So more comfortable on the shoulder, but man, just super sweaty back. Made it back to the trailhead. Still got half a mile or so to go to get back to the truck. But feeling pretty good so far. Feet aren't too bad. The ankle pain I had earlier is going away. So try and catch up with Zura here. And we will see you back at the truck. Well, we made it back to the truck. I've dumped my trash, so now all I have is consumables. Water bottles are empty and everything, although the bottles are in here. And we are at 5.5, so 5.5 pounds base weight. Incredible, considering it was mostly comfortable. To be fair, we did have a table to do stuff on, kind of. It was a door and a barrel, and we also had a bench, so it wasn't too bad. So I was gonna call it stupid ultralight, but like, I slept great. Again, I wouldn't pack all this again. I might try this bag with a few creature comforts, but at that sub 10-pound base weight or total weight, pack was pretty good. So check back for more adventures. I just want you to know that I hope that the miles you hike are filled with wonder and the glasses you raise are filled with whiskey. For more information, visit topshelfbackpacking.com, and until I see you again, cheers.